I'm kind of like a little bit reluctant to talk about this, but I'm also very excited to talk about it. This full moon is very much dark night of the soul energy. Hello, my name is Lucy Davis. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. This is the final full moon energy update for 2023. I can't believe I'm saying this. Genuinely, I still feel like it should be summer. So here I am with this last full moon update. There is going to be another video from me about the January energy before the end of the year, obviously because we're stepping into new year. And I want to kind of like give you a big explain as to what's going to be going on next year. So do keep your eyes peeled for that over the Christmas period. I might try and get it done in the next 24 hours so that I can actually have a full break and some time off. But before we go into the video today, I just wanted to take this opportunity to say thank you to each and every one of you. My subscribers have gone up so significantly this year. It's the loyalty that I get from you guys that I really, really would like to say thank you for. It's been a wild year for myself personally, and I know that a lot of you guys out there have really, really had some struggles. You know, I've received messages from thousands of you just, you know, over the course of the year, just asking opinions and, you know, asking if certain things are going to happen or if certain things have changed or, you know, what I channel on certain things. So I just wanted to let you guys know that I am so grateful for every message that I receive. I do my best to come back. And I know I've not been very good recently with coming back on the comments, but I do my best to come back, and I will continue to do so. My intention for 2024 is to be more present. Now, this is going to scare some people because I know a lot of people have been saying to me, Lucy, I just can't keep up with your content at the moment. However, what I would like to be doing is I would like to be putting out at least 3 videos a week, maybe even 4 videos a week, so that you guys can really, really get to meet some incredible people. Like, I'm meeting incredible people all over the place at the moment, and you know, I kind of want to introduce these people to you. Some of these you would never have heard of, and then others of them you would have. So I'm really excited to be stepping into 2024. I think the energies are going to be absolutely wild next year. From what I've looked at already, it's going to be even faster than this year. And I actually thought with the information I got a couple of months ago that we're going to have a bit of a slowing down period, but that seems to have changed. So we seem to be ramping up even more than we ever have been. So ladies and gents, I just want to say once again, thank you so much for being here. Thank you so much for watching my videos. Thank you so much for trusting that this, you know, normal chick from Bournemouth can channel some very interesting information that is, you know, and you trust that it helps you on your journey. So thank you, thank you, thank you. Now, do remember, ladies and gents, we have 2 really good opportunities for you through 2024. One is to join the Self-Love Club membership program, which is a 12-month program today, but it's going to be 9 months for next year. And also we've got Soul School in March, which is an in-person event. They are absolutely life-changing, catastrophically changing. So if you are somebody who's like, you know what, I want to go and hang out with this chick for a couple of days, please, please, please do come along to that. It will, I guarantee, if nothing else, like I guarantee it's going to change your life in one way, shape or form. Like, you know, and that's a big statement to make. Obviously, please do check out my website, www.lucydavis.com. I have got all sorts of different programs, all sorts of different courses that you can start working on even as soon as over Christmas. So please do check that out. And please do not forget my beautiful first book that was published, which is From Head to Heart, obviously by myself. And the second book is doing really well, by the way. I think we're probably about, I don't know, a third, if not half of the way through it. So watch out, that one will be coming soon. Anyway, enough about that. Anyway, enough about that. Let's get down to business, my friends. So I channeled this information a couple of days ago, so I'm going to have to look at my notes for this because it actually blew me away when I started doing this a few days ago. So full moon is taking place on the 26th and 27th of December. So I'm filming this on the 19th of December, and we have got a really, really powerful period of energy between now and then. The 20th of December, I am doing, so tomorrow, because I am going to get this video out tonight, I'm doing a global meditation at 8 p.m. UK time. I'm going to be doing it here on YouTube, so I'm going to be blasting the videos this week. Please do join us if you would like to join us. It's going to be very, very powerful for activating the voice of the divine feminine. And please do remember, we all have divine feminine and divine masculine in our lives. So please be very aware of that. The next day, Thursday, we've actually got winter solstice. So again, a massively transformational period. And there is some information going out on about winter solstice in my newsletter, the Weekly Woo. If you don't sign up for my Weekly Woo, please, please, please do. I always share some really cool information in there. And it's called the Weekly Woo because it goes out every single week on a Tuesday, and it is very woo-woo. Okay, so if you like the consciousness stuff, if you like to hear different perspectives, then that's the place to be hanging out. And it's absolutely free. There's no commitment. The only thing that I do need from you is your email address, and you can sign up in the description field below. Now, off the back of solstice, we've obviously got Christmas, and then we've obviously got the full moon, which is the 26th, 27th. Now, the full moon is taking place just 5 days from Mercury retrograde going back into a shadow period. So there's a shadow period before and after. We've been in retrograde since the 13th of December, and my goodness gracious me, has there been some interesting times from people that I know very closely, from friends, from family. Like, there is some serious stuff going on right now, and this is going to be quite apparent as we go through the full moon. Remember, the full moon is always going to shine a bright light on anything that needs to come up for the surface. So it's a busy one. This month has been a busy one. It's been very, very hectic as it is, and we're just going to be stepping into that and leaning into that even more. So the key energy for the full moon of this month is about reflections. It's very much time to be quiet. It's very much time to go inwards. If you are trying to be external, chances are you're going to get something going on with your face. A very, very good friend of mine has come out in a whole heap of cold sores. And the reason that has happened is because they're doing things that aren't in alignment with them, and they're push. And they need to do certain things that are in alignment with them. And of course, they're being punished, for want of a better words. So they can't actually do the things they want to do because they're being told to reflect on why they're doing the things that they're not. So it's very interesting. I've been told about spots on people's faces. I've literally heard about breakouts in grown-ass adults, so just be very, very, very aware of this. Anything to do with the face right now, you're trying to be external when you need to go internal. Being quiet is a massive theme through this full moon, believe it or not. We are stepping into a period of extremely deep healing. You think we've done healing before? You're in for a shock, ladies and gents. We are literally dredging into the quicksand right now. Like, we're literally walking into it knowing what we're doing. And this is why we're all being challenged with different areas. Like, I've had a sniffle for the first time in donkey's years over the last few days. Like, I've literally had clients saying to me, I've been working with you for 3 years. I've never known you have a sniffle. And I'm like, no, I know. And it's, this is what's happening right now. I'm being presented this to stop talking, to go inwards, to reflect, to look at why I've called myself to be going into the winter phase, which we are in winter right now. Yeah, especially with winter solstice just a couple of days ago, that we are going into that period where we need to just be stopping, allowing all of the leaves to be falling off of us so that we can revamp and we can come back stronger come the spring. By the way, guys, it is not weak to allow yourself to have the seasons in your life. It's very, very important. If you are constantly on the go, like I am, there is going to come a point where you do need to just rest. And for me, after tomorrow, after the 20th of December, that's me done until the new year, well into the new year. So for me, I know that I'm on the cusp of being able to relax and rest. So I'm looking forward to that massively. There is a massive surge of ancient wisdom coming through under the powerful light of this full moon. Please, please, please call on it. Allow it to be present. This second guessing of ourselves is actually going to send us a little bit crazy over this period of time. So when you get something and you go, okay, how maybe you've got a question, you're like, okay, what's the answer to this question? Allow the wisdom to come in. Acknowledge when your ego mind is trying to pipe up and create. Really do allow this to come into you and just allow it to be present. And you know what? If you've misunderstood, if your intuition has guided you incorrectly, chances are you needed to have that misdirection. So don't question yourself. Always just step forwards with it. I'm kind of like a little bit reluctant to talk about this, but I'm also very excited to talk about this because there is a big surge in sexual energy. You know, I am doing an activation of the divine feminine voice on the 20th of December, as I mentioned a moment ago. And this activation of the voice is almost going to create this surge in really beautiful divine feminine connection. We're stepping up and we're stepping in and we're leaning. And what comes with that is a beautiful conscious sexual energy. No surprise that relationships are obviously going to be under the spotlight of this full moon as well. There's going to be intensity, particularly around the sexual energy. If you are in an intimate relationship with somebody, it's going to be quite passionate. It's going to be quite intense. It's going to be I'm going to go deep loving. You know, that kind of that's the kind of feel that I'm getting at the moment. Now, if there are things that need to come up between you and your partner, do not be surprised if that comes up via control or manipulation. There's this real contradictory thread at the moment. So, you know, there's this powerful, I'm not going to use the word lustful because it's not like that. It's very, very sensual. It's very, very loving. It's very, very passionate and very, very powerful. But there is also this, you know, if you've got stuff to come to the surface, remember we're in a period of deep healing. If you are somebody who controls or you have conditions around sex, or maybe you've manipulated with sex, please do not be surprised when this comes to the surface for you to heal once and for all. We're also going to be having this period of time in relationships whereby we're going to be wanting independence and freedom. Now, that's not saying that people are going to be splitting up. What's going to be happening is there's going to be discussions and conversations about how can we create more freedom? How can we do things independently? And what's fascinating is this week on my Self-Love Club membership call, a couple of people who are in marriages were like, I really would like to just have a little bit of freedom, not because I want to do anything, but just have a little bit of me time. So that thread is definitely been coming up and very, very prevalent right now. It's an interesting time. And let me be straight with you, ladies and gents, 2024 is going to be very much premised on relationships. And I'm talking intimate relationships, friendships, relationships with your parents, your career, things like that. So be very aware that we're being tested now. We're being asked to level up now. Are you really in alignment? Do you really want to be with this person? Because we've kind of made our decisions now. And if our partner has made a different decision to you, like the boat is going to rock until, you know, it's fascinating what's going to happen right now. So just be very conscious of this and be very, very aware that we are in retrograde. So communication is very, very key. Breathe. Before you speak, breathe. I'm not saying you have to put up with things that you wouldn't normally put up with, but what I am suggesting is that what we need to be doing is just taking a moment before we respond. You know, if somebody puts the phone down on you, or your perception is they put the phone down on you, just give them a call back without the anger, because, or, you know, whatever, because there is a lot of technology issues that are taking place at the moment as well. So let's step out of this. You know, the skullduggery that takes place during Mercury retrograde. Now, like I said before, it doesn't always impact everybody. Sometimes it impacts some people, sometimes it doesn't impact anybody. I know this Mercury retrograde, I personally have had a little ride on my surfboard. That said, thankfully I'm in a position whereby I can sit and speak and breathe and journal my way through these things. So please do bear those tips in mind if you need them right now. Now, this is a really, really interesting one because I keep being told truth, justice, truth and justice, truth and justice, but it's not from a sense of like your political parties or the government or the medical industry or anything like that. It's almost like the wolves in sheep's clothing, the charlatans are going to start to present themselves. So it's almost like the people that have been slagging off pharmaceuticals, but then they've been promoting pharmaceuticals, they're the ones that are going to start to be really seen for who they are. The people that are, you know, slagging off people with wealth, and then they're kind of like throwing wealth in people. It's that kind of thing that's going to come to the surface. So I'm not talking what we've all been waiting for, the big ticket items, you know, our governments to crumble, you know, the fact that the prime minister's wife took all that money. Like, it's not that level. What we're doing is we're actually doing it on the level whereby we're working and we're living right now. So it's going to be our next door neighbor. It's going to be our mate. It's going to be the people we follow on social media, that kind of thing. So just be very, very, very cautious with what you're getting involved in. And I would suggest at this time, be very careful with what you're commenting on, what you are you know, kind of like poking the bear on, because it might be that you end up being very humbled off the back of it. So just bear that in mind with the course of the next couple of weeks. It's a very important time to be setting intentions and planning for your future. I don't know if I've said this publicly on YouTube, but I sat down with my partner last weekend, and we did a really beautiful intention setting and planning the future exercise, and it was so beautiful. And the word that I'm going to ask you guys to use with this is allow yourself to be expansive, like allow yourself to really be imaginative, and allow kind of like some crazy thoughts to come up, you know, and really, really have a moment whereby you allow yourself to run away with it. It's going to be such a beautiful, beautiful end to this year. And if you really know what it is that you are looking to create for 2024, you're going to make your life a lot easier. I'm encouraging everybody to do vision boards right now. I'm encouraging everybody to kind of like really, really get aligned with what it is that they want, because if you're not, then you're just going to be like randomly grabbing things. It's like a scattergun approach, and we don't need any more of that. We've had enough of that so far in our lifetimes. Ladies and gents, revolution and rebellion, two huge words that were like screaming at me. Now, it's quite interesting whenever I use the word rebellion, because one of my brands is called the Rebel Movement. And I always go, are you just telling me that the Rebel Movement is going to take over? Because I know that's going to be a massive brand through 2024. But this was slightly different. This is, people have had enough. I kind of see flipping of tables. You remember in the Bible when Jesus flipped the table? It's that. I see people have reached a point whereby they've gone, I'm done with this now. But this is a really, really good thing, because out of chaos comes calm. And sometimes what we need to do is flip a table or tell somebody to go walk away or whatever, so that we can actually get the shifts in the world and shifts in life that we need. Now, we cannot step forwards into a high level of consciousness if we keep continuing on the way that we have done. We can't keep living in the same cycles and expect things to change. We actually need to press the stop button or press the pause button and change, you know. And what's quite interesting is I'm sure that the lockdown period was designed to be exactly this. It's just when they pressed the play button again, we literally just very quickly just slotted back into the way things used to be previously. So just recognize that truths are going to be unfolding in a big way. People are going to be getting annoyed with each other. Hence, there's going to be rebellion. You're going to noticing people are going to be calling people out on social media. The speed of this is going to pick up without question. Now, truth is of utmost importance right now. You must speak your truth, and you must listen to what people are telling you, because people are telling you where they're at. They have to. They've got no way out of this right now. And actually, I was sent a video, and on this video, there was somebody actually admitting to being a bully, but they worded it in such a way that they were admitting to being a bully, but they kind of worded it so it was a bit of tongue in cheek and a bit of banter. But some people watching that video would have seen. And this is the kind of thing that we need to look out for now, ladies and gents. People are having to show you where they are at with themselves, because otherwise the spiritual laws, the laws of the universe, are not actually being worked on in the way that they need to be worked on. There is a big surge towards freedom that is coming in right now. Like I said earlier, like people in relationships just want a little bit more freedom, or some people in relationships do. They might start to notice this. there is also a big surge of, you know what, I'm tired of being told what to do. I'm tired of having these things holding me down. A lot of people I know are moving out of the UK right now because they're just done. They're done of the suppression. They're done of the bills. They're done of all the heaviness that is going on there that's really, really holding them back and suppressing them. So don't be surprised if you see lots of moving around or lots of attempted moving around. It might not be quite that easy, but you know, it is there. I definitely see under this full moon that there is a beautiful amount of love and creation that's going to be taking place. As I mentioned with the sexual energy and the relationship energy, there's this co-creation, there is this procreation, there is this, you know, there is this love, there is this nurturing energy which really, really aligns to the meditation that I'm going to be doing for the divine feminine. So it doesn't surprise me that this is going to be coming in. This mother energy is very, very important right now. There are so many mother wounds on the planet that we need to right now be starting to look at ourselves and look at that energy and how we nurture and how we love and how we create and the things that we want to bring in for our future. You may notice that you're wanting to spend more time with family. You may notice that you want to spend more time with your partner. You may notice that you just really want to hang out with your friends a little bit more than you normally do because there's this openness of connectivity that is taking place right now. Be open to it. Allow yourself to feel it. There is nothing wrong with wanting to hang out with your friends or wanting to hang out with your family or your loved ones. It's actually a really beautiful thing. As human beings, we need to bring our hearts together and connect. It's certainly something that I intend to be doing a lot of over this Christmas period. There's going to be a surge of this beautiful, strong, self-sufficient energy. Like I mentioned earlier, there's going to be a little bit of a step towards independence. And that's not the toxic masculine that we've got to know of, like, oh, I don't need a man to survive, that kind of thing. I'm talking about like warrior, strong, self-sufficient, understanding what it is that you need in your life or you don't need in your life to be able to be in such a beautiful place of power. This power is going to come from within. It's not an external power. Anybody that thinks that they have to be a macho man or an alpha male right now, it's just not the way that it is. It's the divine masculine energy that we're looking for. Clear, strong, calm, powerful. They are the kind of attributes that we are looking for. Now, some of you will be happy about this. Some of you will not be happy about this. We have got a massive surge in energy around self-mastery. Now, I have a beautiful 8-week program called Self-Love Mastery, and it is like, that's what popped in my head when they gave me the word self-mastery very, very clearly, because it's only one word different. So this is about knowing who you are. This is about the deep healing. If you are not doing the work, if you are not investing in yourself, please know this period of time is going to be very difficult for you. And going forwards, we've been given our choices. We've made our choices, believe it or not, whether you know it or not, we have actually made our choices. And it's about empowering ourselves now to do the do. I actually had a beautiful conversation with somebody this week, and I just said, you know, like, are you really serious about doing this work? And they said to me, Lucy, I've never been more serious about anything in my life. Like, I'm not saying it's going to be easy. I'm not saying I'm going to be able to do it, but I'm going to go all in and I'm going to give it my best. And you know what? That's all we can ask from people, is that they actually put the effort in and they actually want to go there and they actually want to make themselves better. Because this right now, the armor that we've been wearing, the shadows that we've been dealing with, like, ladies and gents, we get our gold, we get our growth in the dark. We don't get our growth when we're stood on stage and everything's going perfect. Like, it isn't. It's when we're sat at home, sobbing our eyes out, on our knees, begging for forgiveness or crying because something has gone. So that's when we get the growth. I'm not saying you can't revel in those moments of shining. Please do. It's very, very, very important. But please do know that they are not the moments in where you're going to get your growth. And if you're constantly looking to be in a space of happiness and in a space of like, let me shine, what you're going to realize is that you're actually stunting your own growth. So self-love, 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 self-worth, self-focus, self-care. Massive thread for this full moon. It's very important that you invest in yourself. So invest in yourself. Go do a program, go do a course, go listen to a meditation, go grounding, go and do some breath work. Like, literally take time for you. Allow yourself to be focused on you. So many people are still caught up in the old cycles of really, really, really keep push, 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 push. And ladies and gents, it's not serving any of us. Apologies about that, ladies and gents. I just need to grab a quick drink of water because my throat was getting quite dry. So apologies for that. So make sure that you realize that, or you recognize that there is a deep purging that is taking place right now in every area of life. Me having a bit of a sniffle, me having a little bit of a croaky voice, this is my body purging. You know, the skin is purging, the face is purging, the body's purging, the guts are purging, emotions are purging, your spiritual energies are purging. So just be very, very, very aware of that, because this energy that is working through us and working around us right now is actually very, very demanding. We are collapsing the old energies. We have to collapse them. We cannot have everything, like I said earlier, the way that it has been working. You know, we have to collapse everything that is of the old and create the new. So there are going to be shifts around medicals. In fact, maybe I shouldn't just quickly sweep past this. I feel incoming. I don't know if it's going to be right under this full moon, but it's certainly building up under this moon. The energy is certainly building. There is going to be more shifts around the medical industry and the world in which medicine resides, the pharmaceuticals. So please do keep an eye on that. There is going to be noise around sickness and dis-ease in the body is on the up. I said this on an Instagram live very recently, that the shift in cancer, the number of people being diagnosed with cancer has been crazy. It's been ridiculous. I've had, I'm probably on maybe 50 people in the last 2 weeks that have reached out to me and told me that they have been diagnosed. So this is scary, scary times that we're living in. So we are purging. Our bodies are purging. Our body is showing us where we're holding on to anger. Our body is really trying to communicate with us. It's telling us that we have got toxicity in it. So please, before you go doing anything and subscribing to any medication, ladies and gents, I've said this on Instagram and I'm going to say it here. Please, half a teaspoon of bicarbonate of soda in the morning and again in the evening. That will neutralize and bring your body into alkaline. Okay, so to have that every single day, I've been doing it for years, and I recommend it to absolutely everybody. Okay, just a little side note there. So we are in this chaotic energy. We are in this fast-paced, eventful, chaotic chaos. And like I said earlier, the only thing that can come out of a chaotic period is calm. It's the only thing that can come out of it. So we just have to be a little bit patient, in the knowing that it is going to become calm again, but we just don't know when that is going to be. So we need to just be a little bit patient. And this is why Mercury retrograde couldn't have come at a worse time, because as things are speeding up and things are getting chaotic, people obviously start shooting from the hip with their comments rather than sitting and thinking and actually allowing ourselves to process it. Now, what was so interesting is, like I say, I channeled this a couple of days ago, and then I spoke with my partner last night. In fact, no, it wasn't last night, it was yesterday. He randomly asked me this question out of the blue, and I was like, wow. Like the reason I've been channeling that is for his question. And the word that I kept getting was expansive. Expansive is very much everything is able to expand with you right now. If you're going to allow your heart to expand, please know that your consciousness is going to expand. If you're going to allow your dreams to expand, please know that your world is going to expand. Please know that if you are going to expand, like even your hand to say thank you or to sorry or forgiveness or whatever, please know that all of this is really going to help you and the expansiveness of your world. And I truly recommend it. I do get asked some great questions. It's absolutely amazing. I love it. I absolutely love it. So I've spoken a lot about good and kind of like a little bit more challenging energies, and this is really, really quite the crux of this full moon, what I'm about to step into. This full moon is very much dark night of the soul energy. Oh my goodness, is there a lot of energy around this? Oh my goodness, is there a lot of movement around this? My recommendation is retreat, be quiet, take time out, stop putting yourself out there, which is why I'm going to be coming off of, doing too many videos or whatever. Really go inwards. Like I said earlier, you do not grow when you're shining. It is time to sit still. It is time to feel. It's time to surrender. It's time to be present with you. And I know this scares the heck out of so many of you people out there, and I get it. Like, I really, really get it. But I want you to trust me. This is such an opportunity for each and every one of us. How can you grab stolen moments to be still? What do you need to do? Do you need to journal? Do you need to go to bed a little bit earlier and journal? What is it that you need to do? There is going to be a review, almost like a checkpoint over the next couple of weeks. There's going to be a moment of truth. And this is where we're going to have to recognize where we've been distracted and how we've allowed ourselves to be distracted this year. Look over here, look over here, look over here. I mean, there's so many good examples, from wars to noise about viruses. Like, you just stop and have a look back through this year. There are so many distractions. How many have you allowed to distract you, or have you literally gone, no, I'm staying in my lane? This ancient wisdom that is coming through to us when we are still right now is allowing us to see that this busyness, that these distractions are exactly that, they're distractions. We need to step up, we need to step forwards, we need to create. We cannot create a new world with all of the old noise going on. So as much as we invest in the wars and everything like that, just know that that's what we're creating more of. It sounds selfish when, you're like, no, I don't want to look at that. No, I don't want to read about that. No, I don't want to deal with that. Like, I get it. It sounds selfish. But the thing is every time we give that our energy, we're creating more of it. We're the most powerful manifestors on, that's alive, which is why we are corrupted, which is why they throw so much darkness at us, because as soon as we get in the fear cycle, we create more fear, and that's how we're easier to manipulate. You've got to make a decision. Are you in the love energy or the fear energy? Any lack is fear, just so you know. Any victim is fear, just so you know. Are you going to create, or are you going to hold yourself back? Let go of anything that no longer serves you. Let go of anything that is holding you in lack. Let go of anything that you are fearful of. And if that means you have to switch your social media accounts off, so be it. Be aware of the electrical and the technical issues that are taking place. My goodness gracious me, it's been hilarious. I've burst so many light bulbs. Yeah, it's just nuts what's going on. Phone chargers, things like that. It's all going on right now. So just be very, very, very aware of that. And I want to finish this full moon energy update with the fact that we have this really enthusiastic energy that we can tap into right now. I don't know about you guys, but I feel really high on life right now. And I don't think it's just because I'm being loved correctly. I think there's so much more to it than that. I feel enthusiastic about life. I know that the end is in sight. I know that I'm kind of like flying down the rainbow, if that likes, if you like, to the finish line. Our choices have been made. Our dreams are presenting. Like, my dreams are absolutely off the wall right now. I have been running around Egypt and doing some really, really beautiful, realignments of aged generational stuff from the past. So it's been absolutely amazing. And I keep going back and I keep going back. We are literally able to create our intentions right now. We can set the tone and make the decision. So obviously, with this excited energy and this enthusiastic energy, sometimes we get a little bit ahead of ourselves and we're a bit rude, particularly because we've got Mercury retrograde in place. So you might find yourself shooting from the hip a little bit. So just take a moment, like I said, to breathe, to go inwards, to honor yourself with your self-care and your self-love. and just, take whatever time you need. After Wednesday, so Thursday, I intend to be grounding on the beach, going in the ocean, literally just really taking time to be, and then enjoy Christmas with my loved ones, and just really, really, really be present. So as always, ladies and gents, I'm going to give you a really quick little exercise to do to see out this full moon energy and to neutralize it nicely for you. So if you haven't got a pen and paper, please do pause the video now, run off, grab that, and then come back and restart it again. For those of you that do have a pen and paper, this ritual is, like I said, it's going to be quite a brief one this time around, because there's just a couple of things that I really need you to get hold of. So as always, I would always start by saging or smudging your own energy field. And I tend to use Palo Santo at the moment for one reason and another. You can use incense, sage, essential oils, salts, you name it, whatever you want to do, you can use any of those things. And as you're doing that, just say, I'm so proud of you for getting through this year. This is the final hurdle, and I am so proud of you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And then as you are clearing your space, smudging your space, just say, I want to release everything that no longer serves me. Just be gone. Be gone. Any of the old stuff. If there's an old relationship that you had through 2023 that ended, be gone. If there's a career change that you had and the old one is still niggling you a little bit, just be gone. This is the important time for us to be doing this. Then I would like you to set up your space as a bit of a sacred environment. So I tend to use my lounge at the moment. I always used to use my outdoor space or whatever, but I'm actually using my lounge at the moment. And what I do is I clear everything out of the way, and then I set up my crystals, and I actually sit on a cushion and ask myself whatever it is that I need to do within meditation. And this time, what I'm going to do is, if you want to have some meditation music on, please do that. If you don't, that's also okay. If you want to have some candles burning, I'm really enjoying my candles at the moment. I don't have scented ones, but I'm just enjoying candles. It's like the fire, the flame that I'm really, really quite attached to right now. And then I want you to go into meditation for 12 minutes, a total of 12 minutes, and ask yourself the question, what is it that I need to feel to become whole? Once you come out of your 12-minute meditation, please grab a piece of paper and a pen, or your phone, or whatever works for you, and get it all written down. What have you been suppressing this year? What have you been pushing to one side? What have you been avoiding feeling? I had a lady today, I did quite a powerful Instagram live today talking about the meditation, but then I just gave a few tips at the end, and she messaged going, oh my God, you've really triggered me. I didn't want to feel that. I didn't want to feel it. But I did what you asked. And actually, I feel really amazing for doing it. So that's where I want us to go with this. Please recognize what you've been suppressing. What have you been trying to hide your feelings on this year? And then what I would like you to do under the energy of the full moon is I would like you to sit out if you possibly can and allow yourself to just feel all of those things that you've been attempting to try and hide. Ladies and gents, as I said at the beginning of this video, I want to thank you one last time for your support, your love, your energy, your healing, your protection. Oh my goodness, have you guys supported me through some of the worst days of my life this year? So I just want to say thank you, thank you, thank you again. And I really look forward to us coming back together in 2024 and creating some absolute magic. From my heart to yours, ladies and gents, I will see you in 2024. Lots of love to you guys. See you in the next video. Ciao, ciao for now.